Hey guys, so now it is time for the Boardbooster tutorial. I'm going to walk you through all elements of Boardbooster, including the reports and like campaigns and looping and all that good stuff. So we're going to start here with penning tools. So as you can see, there's a couple different tabs. We'll start with campaigns first. So as you can see, I have 2 scheduled campaigns and 4 random campaigns. You can tell which ones are scheduled because they have the calendar next to them. And the random ones are the ones with the little shuffle button. So as you can see, I have ones that do my new blog post that are just all of my new blog posts to my blog for Confetti Social. And then I also have one that's just social media related posts. So that only goes to my social media focus boards. Then I have a random campaign of just my blog posts from like that just kind of goes through all my old blog posts and reshares them. I have a campaign with other bloggers' pins. I have one with my affiliate pins, and then I have one with my social media content only. So just things related to social media. So yeah, that is that. So for campaigns, I'm just going to show you how to create one. We're just going to make a random one, or scheduled and a random. So first we're going to do the scheduled campaign. So as you can see, you just name this whatever you want. So if it's for your blog board, you'll write new blog posts for my blog, or new, like for me, I initial it as CS, so new CS blog posts. Yours could be new insert blog initials here blog posts. So I'm just going to write test. Keep this at 1. And when you finish the source pins, you're going to want to delete them. Because if they just sit there, you're not going to know which ones have been pinned yet. So just get rid of them when they're done. Then you'll go to repin schedule. Repin. Oh, this is new. Oh, no, it's not. Just kidding. They just did it differently. So basically, I'm just going to select whatever board. I'll select this one. Okay, leave it at 1. Pick random time. Eventually, you'll come back and fix that time to according to your board analytics. But for now, just pick a random time. Add. We'll do another one. Do this one on day 1 again. Keep it like that. Okay, another one. All right, we're going to do day 2 for this one. So day 2, we'll go 8 p.m. And you'll just do that through all the group boards that you want your new blog post added onto. It's really simple. A lot of people get confused by it, but it's relatively easy. And as you can see, it has the day 1, so that's going to go out on that board at 5 p.m., that board at 7, day 2, that board at 8. Yeah, so that's it for that. I'm not going to say that because I don't need that. And then now we're going to do a random campaign. So this can just be your initials post. So test post. Okay, you'll do a list of boards. So you'll just take them from your blog board. And then you'll do it to whatever group boards you want it to go to. So pick as many as you want that are relevant. And then you'll select the pin between time. I usually do like 11 to 10 p.m. to kind of see, to give it a big range so that I can later on hone in. And then I leave the status as working, and then you click save. Super easy. And then after it pins some pins, it'll show you like how many pins are done, how many pins are pending, if there are any, and your average repin rate per campaign. So next we're going to hop into the scheduler. Funny enough, I used to use the scheduler for like everything instead of campaigns, but then I realized campaigns were way easier and it looked a lot less messy. So with a scheduler, it'll create a secret board of the board that you're scheduling to with a dash in front of it. So this one would be -confettisocial.com. So this is the only one I have right now. It's from my blog board. As you can see, -confettisocial.com. It'll pull 2 repins per day, and then it goes between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. And these are the most recent ones. I only write 1 post per week now, so it's not as frequent. But yeah, so I'll add pins to that board whenever I get new pins. And like I mentioned a few lessons back, I like to A/B test pins. So I have a bunch of the same pin. It's not the same pin, but the similar pins leading back to the same blog post, but they just have like different text, different colors, different background image, etc. So it's like I'm getting 5 different graphics for one post, and I can maximize my content that way instead of having to write 5 different posts. And I'll use the same or different graphics for the same post 5 different times. So it really helps like extend the life of your content essentially. And then you can do more here if you wanted to, like you want to add more boards here. Like if you do a lot of affiliate marketing pins and you don't want to just manually pin, you can do it here and it'll schedule to that affiliate marketing board, according to your schedule. But I don't really do that very much. I usually just like pin my blogs pins to this, and then the rest I do in campaigns. So it's up to you, but that's how that works. All right, on to looping. So right now I only have it looping to my confettisocial.com board. I plan to do more in the future, but my account is relatively new, so I don't have like a ton of pins on every single board. So I just leave it at this one, but basically it loops 1 pin a day. This is the average pin has 46.2 repins, which is pretty good. So how this works is you leave it as working, you leave it as more or less pins per day, then you do 1 pin per 1 day, so 1 pin per day, and then you pick the time that you want to pin it. I have it going at noon, and then you can do a random delay if you want to. I don't do that. And then your pin selection method, I always pick chronological oldest to newest. I think that's the best because it recirculates older content and brings it back to the top so that you're not pinning things too close together. I disable the ratio filter, and then for pin owner filter, I use only my own pins because I don't need to use other people's pins, especially on my own board. I disable the website domain filter, and I enable the automatic duplication. So what that is every single 5-day, or every time you pin a pin, 5 days after repinning, it'll pick the pin that performed better. Like my old pin, if my old pin got more repins than the new pin, it'll just delete the new pin. And vice versa. It'll delete the old pin if the new pin did better. So yeah, and then I leave the protection for all duplicates off and pins with comments off because I don't care about that. But yeah, so that's that. Looping, it's a great tool. Boardbooster has it, but Tailwind doesn't. And then Boardbooster recently got this thing called Tribes as well. I haven't used it yet, but it looks kind of cool. I'd like to try it just to see if it works like Tailwind's Tribes, but I haven't dove into that yet. I plan on trying it in the future, but yeah, so there's that. And then there is maintenance tools. So I'm not going to go too in depth on these because you probably won't need them, but the pin mover, it takes pins from one board and moves them to the next, and it helps you kind of clean up your large boards, which is great. And I think it costs a penny per pin, so it does cost money, but it's not so terrible. Then the Pin Doctor is you can fix broken links and things that you've pinned multiple times. It's also a penny per pin, and it's really helpful to, get rid of any of those pins that you may have multiple of, or they lead to like spammy links and things like that. So that's also a really good tool. Okay, so that is Pin Doctor, and then there's also Group Manager, which is a really cool tool if you have a group board. I do on my other Pinterest for my other blog, but I don't for this one. But you can add a group board, and it'll show you the different analytics, like how many people pins per day, which people are pinning the most, and like if you have a rule set that you don't want people pinning more than 5 pins a day, it'll show you people who are exceeding that and all that stuff. So it's a really, really cool tool if you have a group board, and I really enjoy it. So next we're going to go to reports. So first we're going to start at the pinning history tab. So this will show you all of your pins in your current cycle. So it'll show my current building cycle is 478 pins, and then projected is 1,230 per month. But this shows you when it went out, what it was, where it came from, where it went to, and what it was published by. So campaign, looping, etc. So that's really cool and helpful. And it's nice to see how many projected pins you're going to do that month. So board performance is one of my favorite tabs on Boardbooster, and I think it's like amazing for analytics. It shows you all of your boards, mostly group boards. You can specify directly group boards, directly personal boards, all boards, etc. But basically it'll show you your followers and your pins per month on that board, your repin rate on that specific board, and how many percent of the pins on that board are duplicates of your own. So that's really cool. It will show you all of that things. You can also look at the monthly trends if you click the view button. And the thing down here is I need to get rid of these boards down here because in the past 2 months, they have not brought me any repins, as you can see, 0.0. So I don't need to be on those boards. There's no point in contributing to boards that aren't going to bring you any repins or traffic or anything like that. So any pins with 0.00 after 2 months, I recommend getting rid of those because they're not bringing you traffic, and they probably won't at all. So this is a newish feature, but it's the idle group board, so it shows you which ones you haven't pinned on, and it also shows the amount of contributors on the board and like how many followers it has as well. So I haven't repinned on these boards in a while, so I need to start doing that again. So basically it kind of tells you like, look, you haven't pinned on these boards, like, you know, start doing it again. This one's kind of cool. It shows you your pins that were viral from third parties. So as you can see, some of them are my own. Like you see Pinner Jenny Blaisdell. That's my blog, my other blog's Pinterest account. But there are some pins that were viral that were pinned by other people. So it says here are 20 pins made by other pinners that link to your website and have been pinned between 25 and 91 times. So that's really cool to see. I'm not going to click on top group boards because it won't bring me back to this thing because it doesn't have a menu at the top. But basically, you can find group boards here as well. It shows you a bunch of different cool group boards that you can join and all that good stuff. Another favorite tab of mine is the best time to pin tab. And it might take a second to load, but okay. So first, you'll see all of your boards. So this is a collective thing showing all of the best times to pin on your boards. But you can also narrow it down to different individual boards. So I'm just going to click on this board right here. And this is a group board. So basically you can hover over these things and it shows you how many pins went on at this specific time. So as you can see, this one's probably my best time to pin. It's only received 40 pins. And it has 0.3 repins on average, which is the highest amount of repins, and you want to pick the time with the lowest amount of pins added already because that's usually, you know, the best one. And you're not going to want to pick like this one, 74 pins, 0.1 repins. That's not going to do you any good. So you can analyze each different group board and even your regular boards and see how well your pins are performing and what times you should be pinning them at. Sorry, I just yawned. But yeah, so that's basically, oh, one more tab, sorry about that. So then you can also see the follower growth for your own personal Pinterest account, and it shows you like how much you're growing per month. So I'm at 4.7% per month, and I've gotten 172 net new followers in the last 90 days, which is not amazing, but whatever. So basically there's that, and it shows you your account growth over time, and then you can also look at different group boards, like, oh, and see how they're growing. So this one's grown significantly, but yeah, so there's that, and that is the final report. And then there's the account tab, which is just nothing too crazy or special, so I'm not really going to show you that. But yeah, that is Boardbooster in a nutshell for you, and that's kind of how I go about pinning pins. If you have any other questions pertaining to Boardbooster, please let me know in the Facebook group.